everybody, my name is Sue and welcome to my channel. Today I've got another instalment in It's All About the Boys But Girls Can Come Too series. So when I did my last page, I did some circles and I ended up having these little bits left over. So I had some small circles and then I had the outsides of the circles. That was just what my die was cutting out. So I thought rather than throw them away or save them for another day that never comes, I would use them straight away. Now, I've just grabbed some random photos. You know those photos you have that they have some cute elements, but the whole photo in itself is not absolutely necessarily great because there's a lot of random stuff in the background, or it's just a small section of this big photo that has something important. I have just taken random amounts of those. Now, you'll notice that, it's my daughter, and my son, my old previous puppy dog, and my daughter. So this one is got a lot of the girls in it, but, as the title of the series says, although these are designed for boys, you can use them for girls as well. So you could definitely use lots of little random photos of your boys and use these this method. So what I thought, I sort of laid that out and I liked it, so I'm going to put it aside so that I don't mess it up. And what I'm going to do here, so I've got my craft mat. I have started by using my stencil to create some of these shapes. So what I've used is my Vicky Butin stencil that's got circles. And I've taped off the bits that I don't want so that I have 4 random circles on their own. That way I get less of the bleeding, which happened up here, and I can show you, I tried to fix it and now it's all rubbed off. But I'm just going to have to add some words or something over the top of that. So what I did is I started stenciling around the page and I've used some circles in some circles, so I'm going to show you how I do that and what that process looks like. So I've done most of it, but I thought I'd leave some to show you. And this has just been done, quite randomly, but trying not to get too much, next to each other. I think down here, I'm going to do the light green. So that's my Salvage Patina Distress ink. And I'm going to do the dots. So to do the dots, this is actually what they have left over when they do sequins. So you can use this as a stencil. So I'm going to pop that here and just put it over the top of the circle stencil, and then I've got that shape coming through there. Now what I've tried to do is I've tried to stick to not, using my yellow and my light green with my blue because that dirties it. So just trying to choose the right stencil. This next one I think I'm going to have a dark blue, and I'm using my Distress ink, the Chipped Sapphire. Hardest part's remembering to use the right sponge with the right, and I've gone over again, there you go. So that's okay, I'll try and rub it off. It doesn't normally fix it, might make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's not going to come off. So that's okay, another spot I need to cover, I guess. What I want to try doing with this one though, I'm going to go to my yellow. I'm going to put some spots on top. Now, I find that the Distress ink is quite good. It lets you put 2 colours on top of each other without them turning into mud. So I'm just going to use some of this yellow and just go over the top gently. And it will look like nothing's happened. But when you take it off, you can actually see that there's some gentle little spots. Now, what it does do, however, is it does put a little bit of ink of the blue on your sponge. So what I do then is just rub that off on some spare paper so that I don't make a mess of it there. I'm going to put a nice big yellow. Yeah. And a blue half down the bottom here. Oops, wrong colour. The yellow I was using is called scattered straw. Oh, another mess. Pressure of being on video is getting to me. Not a problem. There's lots of things we can do to fix that up. And by trying to fix it, I've actually made it worse and put a nice big splotch there. Alright. I think I've got room for one more, though I'm not sure what colour I might put there. I think I'll leave it. I think that is enough. I've got some spots I need to cover up, and that's okay. We will manage that. So, let's wipe this down. I'm trying to do a better job and not use so many nappy wipes. So I've got myself a microfiber cloth now to help clean up. Right, what I'm going to do now is slowly, bit by bit, take these elements that I've got here and stick them on. Now, if I put this way, no, I think I might do it this way. I should have enough chance to cover most of that up. So let's start with this top one here. How did it look? I did take a photo of it, so I'll just bring that up. So he was sitting on top of this one. So there you go, I've already covered up my first. But that one was sitting on this one. So that's the first one I need to stick down. And when I cut him out, there's a bit of a dent in it, so I'm going to cover him up so that that's hidden under there. So when I cut these out, I cut the photos out, I just put my little circle down on paper on my photo, drew around the outside in pencil, and then just cut slightly within the lines. So as you can see when you look at the back, my cutting's not straight. As long as it doesn't stick out on the outside, it really doesn't matter. Now this one here I'm thinking I might like to put up on foam. So I'll get some foam sheets from Spotlight. They are, on one side they've got sticky, on the other side they're just plain foam, come in various colours. So what I can do is pick a colour that if you can see it from the edges, you're not going to notice it. So just, that should be okay. So then I'll stick that on the back here. Now, if I was sticking that on mixed media, I would definitely be putting some glue, but as it's just going on a flat surface, I'll just use that. I need to stick that, pop him there. Happy with that? Now, this one here can go there. Excuse me, reaching over. Now this has got a little tab that I'm not a fan of. Cut him off. So I was going to have that up the top there, but I might move him over to the edge. So let's pop that there. And then this comes down here. And I think the best ever works well there. He goes in there. Alright, let's stick a few of these down. So I think this has got to go in first. There's a bit of stuff hanging out the side here, so I'll just cut that off. And this one will need a little bit of wet glue, because to try and get my tape runner to work on this won't work very well. This one got stuck, so we'll try another one. So just put a fine line. Some tweezers. Stick him under that bit and a little bit under that bit. Stick him down. And then the best ever. And I think he might do nice on some being raised. So I will use the leftover bits I cut off from this other one I raised up and stick that on. Waste not. Just took my budgie outside. I don't know if you heard him in the last video, but he was very noisy. He was just chatting yesterday. Today, he thought that screeching was appropriate, so he's been banished outside until I'm done. Another little white bit that I don't like to see where they've been cut out. Put him there. So that's that problem section fixed up. Now, what's next? We've got him, we've got that one. So this one here is coming next, and I think I actually might stick him out a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe, because then we can stick him out a little bit further there. Go in there. And this will go in the middle. So this one needs to be stuck in a little bit further so we can't see the marker that's in it. Stick him there. That's stuck down already, so I think I need to stick him. So this is a good thing with scrapbooking. If you make a mistake, you can just design around it. Nobody knows where you were originally going to put things and if things don't end up in the spot that you thought you were going to have them. So it's perfectly fine. Okay, this one's due to be mounted up as well. I like to have a little bit of texture, a little bit of height difference. Because there's quite a lot of elements on this page already, lots of circles, it's quite busy. I'm probably not going to do a lot of embellishing. I think that would overdo it. I've got a few things I might try. My puppy dog had stolen my daughter's dummy. Looked very cute. We had a big laugh. Right before we sterilised her, this was child number 1 after all. Okay. Next we have this down here. So if you know of anyone that would be interested in doing some of this basic scrapbooking without using a whole lot of kits and you know, doing more pages for boys, then sure to make sure you let them know, and you know, make sure you like and subscribe, because that certainly helps me get, you know, more views on my channel. So I think him in there is quite nice. Now I'm starting to veer off a little bit to what I had before, but that's okay. I think he should have gone in first. But you know what I can do to make my life a little bit easier is just chop a bit out. Perfect. Stick that down. That also gives me a little piece to put elsewhere if I so desire. It's the best place for him. I think up there rather than down the bottom. I tried to not put too much stuff in the middle, but you know, I'm covering up a few of my spots, but that's okay. There you go. Now, where can I put these little bits here? Stick him in there. Mount him up a little bit higher. This mounting foam is also really good if you're cutting out letters. You can stick your cardstock down on the foam and cut your letters and make your own thickers. Best ever, I adore you. You smile lights up my life. again, I think I do want that up a bit. It's just a little bit quicker than putting lots of little individual dots. And I'll cut him too big. So just if this, I got this from Spotlight here in Australia, just be careful if you do go purchase it, because there's one without any glue and there's one with glue. And ask me how I know this, and it's because I bought the one without the glue, without the sticky, which sort of defeated the whole purpose. Sometimes I like to work smarter, not harder. Okay. Oops, sticking out on the end, so we'll chop that off. Right. We can move our mat back in. So I've covered up the spots that I wasn't very happy with. And I think, it's actually quite busy. What I was thinking is, of putting some buttons, to follow around in the round theme. Now my husband got this for me as part of he likes to do the 12 days of Christmas, but actually he just keeps buying me a present all the time, from December 1st, just little random gifts, not very expensive ones, but it's just the thought. And this is one of the gifts that he bought me. Very cute. I actually think I do like that. Might put some of these on. They're not all the same colours, but I don't have a problem with that. Gives it a little bit more depth. And brings in a few more colours, which I think will come in handy when I am adding my journaling. Well, not my journaling, my words. I don't really have any journaling to go with this page because it's just random photos. I think that'll be enough. I don't want to overdo that. Now, what I was going to use, some of this, I think it's a Dicky Bouton, but it's from some thickers. So I was going to use Say Cheese or Fun, Laugh, So I'm going to have a look and see what that looks like. Because I think this page is quite busy already. I do like the Say Cheese. Just need to find a spot to put it. Yeah, I think it needs to go there. Because it's not going to fit in one line anywhere else. It's an appropriate page to have a fun random saying. Lots of random photos. Say cheese. Fun. Do I need one more? Maybe love. Maybe up here. No, actually I think that's it. I think that is enough. Otherwise I think we're going to go way overboard and it will look crazy. I think at this point you can still focus on the photos. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Feel free to send me a message. I love responding and I hope to see you again soon.